We're in the summer of 2022. There have been over 300 mass shootings across America. Supply chain crisis is going up, and we're experiencing fires once again in the Midwest and the West Coast. This time, they're threatening our beloved sequoias. The social climate of America is boiling hot. Frustration exists in nearly every avenue of American life. What does it all mean? We're going to take an honest look at what's going on in our world and open up honest dialogue. You may leave your political correctness at the door. I'm Nail Ali, and this is Verified. Just a fair warning, we're coming in hot. Of all the events troubling our society today, nothing is more unsettling than the recent overturning of Roe v. Wade. Well, the question is, what is Roe v. Wade all about anyways? Let's dive in. In 1969, 21-year-old Norma McCorvey became pregnant for the third time. Previously, Norma gave up her 2 children for adoption and simply desired to abort the third one on the way. Initially, Norma claimed that she had been raped by a gang of black men. However, this horrible lie didn't stand as the police found no evidence. We're talking about a liar. She was in fact in a committed relationship with a man she claimed to have loved. Let's fast forward to 1970. Lawyers Linda Coffey and Sarah Weddington solicited Norma as they were looking for a woman in her exact situation to initiate the landmark Roe v. Wade case. And the rest is history. After roughly 3 years of litigation, the Supreme Court decided women have the right to privacy and due process, which at that time encompassed a woman's right to terminate her pregnancy. This landmark decision for a woman's right to privacy rested on the 14th Amendment. For those of us who may not know, the 14th Amendment is the Reconstruction-era amendment created to grant black people citizenship as well as equal civil and legal rights. The question is, why did the heart of this amendment go from protecting the rights of black women and black men to now protecting the rights of a two-faced white woman who no longer wanted to endure pregnancy? And remember, she lied about being gang raped by black men. Well, now 50 years later, the Supreme Court has reversed the decision because they don't believe it rests on solid enough foundation, i.e. the 14th Amendment. Now, keep in mind, we're not here to talk about pro-choice or pro-life. That's not what this episode is about. We're here to point out facts and factors that are often overlooked. Which brings us to the heart of this report. There is something major going on in the United States. America is experiencing a birthing crisis. Just ask Elon Musk. He just dropped 2 twins and a tweet about it. It's been known for several decades now that the United States birth rates are plummeting. But the question is, whose birth rates? Let's cut straight to the chase. We are living in the browning of America. The wise ones who govern this nation have been aware of this for quite some time. The government predicts that the dominant driver of population growth will be immigration and minority births. So, as Black, Hispanic, Asian, and mixed race populations grow, the U.S. Census Bureau has announced the only group projected to shrink is the white race. A report out of the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that in the United States, white deaths far exceed white births. Demographers estimate that by 2045, America will completely phase into majority-minority status. Now, this isn't a statement about the future, it's a picture of the present. As of today, minority babies make up the majority of infants in the United States. So, in other words, city boys are up. Again, we're not here to get into an emotional debate about pro-life or pro-choice, because like Miss Norma McCorvey, Miss Roe herself, people tend to have shifting stances on this thing depending on where the wind blows. There is one lady, however, who had a very firm stance. Her name was Margaret Sanger, and her aim was to exterminate Negro populations. She established a very popular organization that still enforces her wicked agenda to this day. But we'll talk more about that sick woman in the future. For now, I'd like to leave you with this. Is it possible that the overturning of Roe v. Wade isn't so much about oppressing women's rights, but more so about preserving the future of the American white race? Perhaps we don't have a horse in this race. Perhaps we should take a note from these white feminists and use the 14th Amendment to our advantage, because after all, it was made for us. Perhaps if it was properly honored and respected, we wouldn't experience such great loss of black life, liberty, property, and privacy. But I want to know what you all think. Let's chop it up in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Nail Ali, and this is Verified.